Well, as you know, we had a military junta in Greece. A bunch of colonels overthrew the legal government and took the political power in their hands with the support of the Americans. And some young people in Greece felt that they had to react to that, to do something against it. Unfortunately, the majority of Greek people didn't get involved, they just went along with it. They didn't support it, they didn't like it very much, but they very often applauded it. And they didn't fight it energetically and in a massive way. Some small groups and bunch of people, mostly youngsters, were involved. 1970, I was with a bunch of friends that we were trying to do something against the junta without having any political experience in the past, and we were trying to find people from abroad who could help us. At the same time, Maria was looking for people inside the country that could push the cause of the struggle against the junta. So it was sort of inevitable to come in contact, us with Maria. What we had in common was not the sort of world that we want to create, the society of the future. What we had in common is that we don't need to decide, to agree on the sort of society that we want to create. We didn't have to agree politically. We just wanted to lead people to the spot where they would decide. And that was a big controversy in Greece during these years. That it was, some people, they didn't care just to overthrow the junta, but also they cared about changing the regime. This was something that I was against, and we had fights. This is another level. Maybe after that, in this second step, we will be together, we'll fight together. Maybe, but let's get over it. So, from what I know, Maria was very much had common views that we cooperate with anybody who wants to help just to overthrow the junta. After that, we'll see. Maybe we'll not stand in the same barricades then after that. Of course, the struggle continues also after. But we don't know if we are going to be allies or neutral or enemies. Just overthrow the junta. That was my view, and I think Maria also agreed. We didn't have to talk much about the goal. It was self-understood. But the thing that was not given at that time is with whom you cooperate. There was a very strong prejudgment against communists. It was something that Maria didn't have it at all, and me neither, and my friends. She could work together with somebody who is a Republican or with a Trotskyist, somebody who belongs to a left movement. And this was something that we are trying to promote also into Greece, not to make judgments according to the ideological views of the people, to accept everybody who was willing to fight the junta. And this was something that we did agree with Maria, and we went along very well. She was not well known, especially in Greece. She was not known at all. And until the end of the junta, she didn't get to be known in the newspapers, for instance, in Greece, or in the people. Her name didn't mean much. Only the people who were involved knew about her. Today it's difficult for somebody of the new generation to understand how can somebody do something without expecting something personal in return. But that was exactly what Maria was doing for many, many years. Even for my generation, it was quite hard to find people like Maria, because She didn't have any personal ambition to what she was doing. She just wanted to help a good cause, a politically correct cause, like they say today. What is certain is that Maria doesn't belong to a conventional political anthropological species. She's a case of her own, and it's difficult to meet people like this. She has a strong personality. She can persuade as well, but influence and lead. And the good thing is that she's using it for the good, because these powers could be used also for other reasons. Yes, she's an influential person. It was ideology. I was never involved until then politically in a conventional way, and I never got involved into politics in a conventional way after that. So we had many things in common with Maria. In the years 70, 72, me and a bunch of people, we had an activity into two different levels. The one was legal, that was called Greek European Movement of Youth, where I was chairman and George was the Secretary General. And that was a legal organization who was trying to break the isolation among the young people, and mostly the students, and to bring them together so that events would start, the student movement would start, which we achieved in a high level. And the other activity of ours was illegal one, where we needed material, weapons, explosives, and things like that. The first time, 1972, I spent a month in the police department, where I was treated not bad. I was in isolation, of course, and this was due to my involvement in this organization, the cultural organization, which was dissolved by the police, and I was put in jail. The other activity, the illegal one, was never known. They never attacked us or arrested us for this other activity. We were always pursued for what we did in the open, legally. And we had to pay a high price about that. I couldn't leave after May of '72, where I got arrested the first time. My passport was taken away, so I couldn't leave legally Greece, and I didn't. Then the student movement started. The first occupation of the law school in Athens took place in February, March '73. And then I got arrested for my involvement into these happenings. And I was put to jail for 5 months until July. Many other friends and comrades were arrested, among them George Vernikos and many other students, and they were treated very badly in the military police. This time we were put not in a common jail, but in the military police premises, which was something different. It was right in the center of Athens, very close actually to my place here. End of July 1973, there was a sort of a general amnesty, and many people got out of jail, among them myself. During the summer of 1973, the student movement got growing, and nothing could stop it anymore. And it led to the Polytechnic School in the 17th of November. Then I had to hide because I was chased, I was pursued again. I had to leave my place in Athens, and together with a friend of mine who was also chased, we hid in a place, in an apartment in Greece. We came immediately in contact with Maria, who was the person who could help us, and in a period of time of 10 days, she sent to us papers, false passports, which we did use, and we went out of the country following different paths. I went through Rhodes, and he got off through Corfu. And of course we met in Maria's place in Geneva. Every time we got there, she was offering hospitality, places to sleep, even money, even a small capital she had given to us so that we can do things, because we didn't have also much money. We were quite poor at that time. And not only Greek refugees, also from other countries, other nationalities. And the two daughters were involved in everything. They were in our feet. And they had views also. They had aspects about what's going on. Jim Becket was the silent partner in this thing. He was obviously with us, but he was like standing back, silent, and following everything, and talking not very often, but when he said something, it had a certain value and a certain weight. I don't think it's the Greek element. It's not out of patriotism, but this is a personal aspect. It is because of her principles and values. She had a very concrete anti-fascist, anti-totalitarian, democratical view, and she was trying to help on this basis without getting much into ideological, political terms. He helped, therefore, many causes, like national deliberation causes, like the Palestinian cause, many causes in South America. In Cyprus he helped, and in Greece. She had many connections with people in the Scandinavian countries who were helping many democratical movements in this side of the world. And she was involved in all this. So I don't think it was a national thing from her side. She, as well as myself, we never candidate in order to obtain some votes and to take a position in a parliament or in a government. She never was employed by government. She, as well as me, we always functioned on a level of citizen society in non-governmental organizations. And I think that this is something that has united us in the past. Then Maria and me, we went to the Scandinavian countries, and we had contacts with people in the governments, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and trying to obtain support, economical support as well, for our struggle. Then we came back. Maria arranged that we went to Cyprus, where she had very good relations with the Socialist Party, with Lissarides. We were welcomed in Cyprus. We spent there 10 days. We made our contacts because we were preparing for a hot summer in Greece against the junta, 1974. After the junta, no, we had a good relation, friendly, many political talks, things like that. I met many people through her, and she met also many young people through us. But we didn't have a cooperation in anything until this symposium where I also participated. Maria is doing a very good job with the Patriarch because the Church has a big power in her hands, which they can use for a good cause, something which is not very common. They don't usually do that. But through Maria, I really hope